Hello, everyone. I'm Jacopo Spadolini. We are now on the platform of 3TS, which is my company, but I work as a business developer for Spadolini Architetti. And today I want to bring you into this company that you may know. It's my family business, which they are all architects since my grandfather, my father, and now with my partners, which are architects. We are developing, let's say, new strategies, and we have developed this new company profile that brings you into 75 years of architecture. So every time everyone says, okay, you are lucky because you have the heritage of the name and the brand, which is true, but on the other side, you have to do the effort to maintain the same level, which is very difficult in a world that today has much more competition. Architecture, when my grandfather started in 1952, was not as it is today, and even the technology was not as it is today. You know, the AI is taking a big impact on our work, but with the company profile we have developed, we want to have a short history of what we have been doing and how, or let's say, what is our vision for the future. So how we bring the tradition into the modern world and this globalization that we have. So we have some important projects around the world. We are working in Malta into a new fashion village, 90,000 square meters, so big volume. And we are developing also residential or hotels, 5-star hotels. So we are pretty busy in different aspects, but what we want to always focus in, and which was what we learned from my old generation, father, grandfather, is that we always have to respect the proportion and what architecture will be in the future. So it's not only about doing something nice or attractive, but doing something that can stay during the years. So into this book we have, I think, one page which is very, very special because it's like the heritage of our, let's say, iconic pictures, which was a scale into an old building for Monte dei Paschi, which my grandfather, when he went there, was so nice and so old, the historic palace, that he decided to do a modern scale without destroying the rest. So the integration of the two has been very impressive and something really iconic. It's not a building, it's just a part of it, but I think reflect what has to be, especially in Italy, the respect of architecture between tradition and modernity. Some days ago we have been invited to see a castle, quite old castle with a lot of lands around, and when you get there you can say, I can do something really innovative, or how I do respect the tradition and bring some innovation into it. So I think this book is all about that. It's not big, and in case you're interested, you can write to us and we can send either the digital version or even the printed copy. And I think it's interesting because it's to see how things develop and how, in a way, you always have to remind where you started and also how you want to get further. And as I said at the beginning, the pressure in our business today is to respect and maintain what was the tradition. So I invite you to get through it, and it's all about not only exteriors but also interior design. So we do both, because most of the time we call architecture, I think it is not correct translation in English, but l'architettura del reale e del concreto means concrete and reality architecture that has to stand on what? On who is going to live that. So for us it's really important also the respect and the interaction with the clients, because what the clients require is something that we have to follow. So we don't like to adjust everything as the client required, because we want to give our special, let's say, experience. But on the other side, we have to have them leaving the space, or let's say develop the space for the project. And so it's always important to create this kind of relationship. And what is difficult, like in my job when I said business development, and then since let's say 10-20 years ago, architecture was all about an archistar. So you had a figure that was both commercial and architecture. Himself was covering everything. My father was a strong character, and every time he was dealing on both sides. But because the globalization and the world is moving so fast and so quick, I think things has been changed. So you have always to keep moving, and that's why a figure like me, which of course I grew up with drawings and everything, so I tried not to do the architect, but in a way I was inspired to be an architect. It's good to move and have a relationship with the client, look on the business aspect, and then transfer this to the architect, and have the architect a little bit having the freedom, not involved into the commercial aspect, to develop what it is. And so this is what you find out here as a vision for the future. Try to be really active and proactive with the clients. So I hope my English for this type of content has been clear for you. Of course, in Italian would have been more magic and more, let's say, charming. But in a way, I think English is correct for what we're doing worldwide, and to respect all our clients. This is what I'm doing. So please comment and come back to us. As I said, you can get this in a digital version or on a printed copy. So feel free to contact us, and see you soon in the next project.